we are going to break down one of the biggest, most important shifts in how business works today. It's the kind of change that really separates the companies that are just getting by from the ones that are truly thriving. It's all about moving from just making a quick sale to building something much, much bigger, lifelong loyalty. I mean, really think about it for a second. We all do this, right? Maybe for you, it's a specific coffee shop or a bank you've been with forever. You know, deep down, you could probably save a bit of money somewhere else, but you just don't. Why is that? The answer is way more powerful than you might think. See, it's not really about the price. It isn't even about having the absolute best product on the market. It's about something deeper. It's about a connection, a relationship. And once you grasp this, it's like you found the key to how modern business really works. Okay, so at its very core, every single business, I don't care if it's a huge corporation or a tiny corner shop, has to make a fundamental choice. It's a choice about how they see you, the customer. And believe me, that one decision changes absolutely everything. So here are the two paths you can take. The old way? Well, it's just a constant grind. It's a numbers game, right? You make a sale, you take the money, and then boom, you're immediately hunting for the next one. But the new way? It's a completely different universe. The sale isn't the finish line, it's the starting gun for a real long-term relationship. And this shows you exactly what I mean. The old transaction mindset is totally obsessed with short-term numbers. How many sales did we make this month? What's our revenue for the quarter? But the relationship mindset, it asks totally different questions. It asks, how many of our customers came back for more? And what's the total value of one customer over many, many years? Think of it like this. It's the difference between a random mobile shop in Candy that just wants to sell you a phone today and the dialogue support team that wants to keep you as a happy customer for the next 10 years. So here's the bottom line. One of these paths leads to total burnout and a constant, really expensive search for new people. The other path? It leads to stability, to growth that's fueled by the amazing customers you already have. Now, you might be thinking this all sounds a bit soft. Do business owners just wake up one day and decide to be nicer? Nope, not at all. This huge shift was forced on them by massive changes in the world that made the old way of thinking pretty much impossible. Three massive forces basically collided and completely rewrote the rulebook for business. Let's break them down one by one because this is where things get really interesting. First off, just getting a new customer's attention became incredibly hard and ridiculously expensive. Back in the day, competition was mostly local, and people couldn't really avoid your ads. But today, you're competing with literally everyone online, and we've all become experts at skipping, blocking, and scrolling right past advertisements. So the cost just to be seen has absolutely skyrocketed. And here is the brutal, simple math behind it. All the research shows that it costs anywhere from 5 to 25 times more to get a brand new customer than it does to just keep an existing one happy. Think about that. Trying to grow your business just by finding new customers is like trying to fill a bucket that has a giant hole in the bottom. You can keep pouring water in, but the level never, ever rises. Okay, the second big force was the explosion of digital word of mouth. A bad experience used to be something you tell a few friends about, and that was it. But now, oh man, a single bad Google review can be seen by thousands of people. A viral Facebook post can destroy a reputation in a matter of hours. There's just nowhere to hide from bad service anymore. And finally, switching brands became ridiculously easy. It used to be a huge pain to change your bank or your mobile provider, right? Now, you can do it in a few minutes with a couple of taps on your phone. And this completely changed what loyalty means. It's no longer about trapping your customers. It's about earning their business every single day because they want to stay with you. All right, pay close attention because this is probably the most important part of this whole explainer. We're about to look at the simple, powerful math that winning companies get and that struggling companies just ignore. This is where you'll see the real jaw-dropping power of building relationships. Let's picture a little coffee shop. A brand new customer walks in and buys a coffee for 500 rupees. Now, the old transaction view would say, awesome, we just made 200 rupees in profit. End of story. But the relationship view, it sees this as just the very beginning. The first tiny step in a relationship that has a hidden and much, much larger value. So what is that hidden value? Well, let's say that customer absolutely loves the experience and they come back just 3 times a week for the next 2 years. That one person who started with a single coffee will end up spending a staggering 144,000 rupees. That's the total revenue. Now let's say the shop has a 30% profit margin. The total profit from that one customer isn't that first 200 rupees. It's over 43,000 rupees. That first 500 rupee coffee was actually the gateway to a 43,000 rupee relationship. See the difference?
But wait, it gets even better. Because what do happy, loyal customers do? They tell their friends, of course. So if that one loyal customer just refers two friends who also become regulars, the total value of that entire ecosystem, all started by one good cup of coffee, is now almost 130,000 rupees in profit. This simple math changes everything. This incredibly powerful idea has a name. It's called Customer Lifetime Value, or CLV for short. It's not about what a customer buys from you today. It's about looking into the future and predicting the total profit they will bring to your business over their entire life as your customer.
And this is the mental flip you have to make. Going that extra mile, giving a refund, spending a little extra time to help a customer. It's not an expense you should try to avoid. It's an investment you are making to protect that huge future value. All of a sudden, solving a 500 rupee problem to protect a 43,000 rupee relationship makes perfect, undeniable sense. So let's pull all of this together. We've seen the old way of doing things, the new way, and the simple math that proves why the new way absolutely wins. In the end, it all boils down to a very clear choice that every single person in business has to make. These are your two futures. Path one is this stressful, unsustainable treadmill where you are always chasing the next sale against rising costs. Path two is about building a stable, predictable, and honestly, a much more enjoyable business where your customers become your biggest advocates. The choice seems pretty obvious, doesn't it? And here's the best part. You don't need some huge budget to get started. You can literally begin today. First, just try to estimate your CLV. Even a rough guess is way better than nothing. Then, make a list of your best customers. Now here's a super powerful, simple action. Pick one name from that list and just call them to say thank you. No sales pitch, nothing. It costs you zero, but it builds a connection that's priceless. After that, you can start a simple database and maybe dream up a basic loyalty program. These tiny steps are the start of a huge, profitable change. And it all comes down to this one final crucial point. Anyone can copy your product. Anyone can match your price. But a real, genuine, emotional connection with your customers, that is the ultimate unbeatable advantage. That's the secret sauce that places like Dialogue and Cargills have really figured out. So as we wrap this up, here's the thought I want to leave you with. The future of business, especially right here in Sri Lanka, is not about who has the biggest marketing budget. It's about who has the most loyal customers, built on real, solid relationships. The only question left is, will that be you?